Alright, this is going to be a comparison between the new Kia Carens Clavis and the Citroen Aircross, both of which are 3-row, either 5, 6 or 7-seater MPV SUV crossovers. The update to the Aircross happened towards the end of September last year, 2024, whereas the Clavis was launched on the 8th of May, fresh to the market. Now, the updates to both of these cars are premiumization, addition of creature comforts and features. But essentially, when it comes to the hardware, nothing much has changed. They still continue to have the same engine and gearbox options. But with the Clavis, there is a new 6-speed manual transmission option with the 1.5-liter turbocharged petrol engine. Talking about the Citroen Aircross, this car goes for a more outdoorsy and adventure approach when it comes to its stance and design language. The Kia Clavis though gets this more modern, affluent and urban-centric design. What's new when it comes to the exteriors of the Clavis is this new Kia Digital Tiger face which we saw on the Ceros. A star map LED DRL setup with integrated turn signals and Ice Cube MFR LED headlamps. You also get new 15-inch, 16-inch and 17-inch alloy wheel designs, a dual-pane panoramic sunroof, a new star map LED connected tail lamp, and there's also new skid plates on the back, front and the sides which come with a satin chrome finish. Overall, Kia seems to have done a pretty nice job when it comes to this facelift. It looks more premium and that should help with sales and margins. The Citroen Aircross on the other hand doesn't have any connected tail bar. However, the headlamps and DRLs are separate from each other, with the headlamps being mounted lower and fog lamps being mounted even lower on the front bumper. Though the Clavis comes with roof rails, it is more pronounced on the Aircross. There's bash plates and skid plates both on the front and rear and on the sides as well, and it gets a sleek and elegant looking 4-spoke 17-inch diamond cut alloy wheel, which looks muted yet premium. The Clavis sports a new steering wheel design and also a slightly updated but minimal dashboard setup, which also houses the new dual pane infotainment and instrument cluster display, something that you find on the Seltos. The right side of the screen is the instrument cluster and the left side of the screen is the infotainment display. There are AC vents below the infotainment display, and below these AC vents you have this touch and knob switch panel. The touch panel alternates between the AC controls and the infotainment display controls. The placement and feel of the ambient lighting on the Clavis has been improved, and the interior color scheme is of two tones, Triton Navy and beige. There is a boss mode available as well, but it is a manual mechanism. And for the third row, now if you're getting the variant with 6 seats, you get one touch, auto fold and tumble for the second row. On the back of the driver's seat of the Clavis, you get an air purifier as well as tray tables that fold out to serve the second row passengers. There is also a new and large dual pane panoramic sunroof for those of you who'd like to stick your head out. But on a more serious note, it does help with the sense of space. Though the C3 Aircross doesn't come with a sunroof, it gets two unique features that make it stand out from the crowd. And the first is the flying carpet effect. I know it has to do a lot with the suspension and the chassis, but it does add to the interiors feeling like a nice place to be in. The second thing is a very flexible seating configuration, and you can use it as a 5-seater, a 7-seater, a 2-seater or even as a 4-seater, and these modes are called full house celebration mode, outdoor mode, and then there is also an ultra space mode. But despite all this flexibility when it comes to how you can set up your seats on the Aircross, the Kia Carens still has the segment best third row space. Continuing with the Aircross's interiors, you get a powerful roof mounted air conditioning unit. And when it comes to color schemes, you get an ash trim in the Plus and Max variants, whereas with the U variant, it's an anodized grey color scheme. Other interior features on the Aircross are a 3-step recliner for the second row, adjustable headrests on the first, second and third rows, and armrests for the driver and the second row passengers. The dashboard and steering wheel and interior setup though generally has this old car feel to it compared to the Kia Clavis, which has a more upbeat, modern, minimalist and elegant approach. Talking about practicality, the Aircross does have higher ground clearance of 200 mm compared to 195 mm on the Clavis. But the Clavis also has a longer wheelbase. So you will notice that difference when it comes to ground clearance. But otherwise, the Clavis is the more practical car, and here are the details for your reference. The story continues in the safety department as well. The Kia Clavis is the safer car. It scored 3 stars, a modest 3 stars in the global NCAP test, but the Aircross or the C3 platform scored only 1 star in the Latin NCAP tests. Both cars get 6 airbags as standard along with ABS, EBD and ESP and hill hold assist, but the Clavis also gets hill descent control and level 2 ADAS. So when it comes to safety and practicality, the Kia Clavis offers a much better proposition. Obviously, when it comes to features, the Clavis is going to be way ahead of the Aircross because this is Kia and Hyundai's strength. The Clavis gets a redesigned infotainment and instrument cluster, which is now a wide dual screen unit. It gets all these features as displayed on the table, which is far better and a more mature set than what the Aircross has to offer. The Aircross misses out on so many things. It's pretty embarrassing. It does not get a sunroof, no powered seats, no branded audio system, no cooled glove box and no 360-degree camera either. Disappointing, but I think a lot of us can live without these features. It may not be a deal breaker for many of us. And naturally, this point goes to the Clavis. Now, though the Clavis is trying to offer more than the Carens, it doesn't get dual tone options and is available in these monotone color options. The Aircross though is available in both monotone and dual tone options, and with that, we're finally at the engines and drivetrains comparison. The next few slides will help you determine which engine and drivetrain combination would suit your needs best. But here are a few establishing facts. The Citroën comes with 2 engine options. Both of them are 1.2 liter engines, petrol engines, and they either come as a naturally aspirated unit or a turbocharged unit. And these are 3-cylinder engines. But when it comes to the Kia Carens Clavis, you get 3 engine options, a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated petrol, a 1.5 liter turbocharged petrol, and a 1.5 liter turbo diesel engines. All of these are 4-cylinder engines. The Aircross has a rather interesting base variant that gets an underpowered 1.2 liter naturally aspirated engine. It is mated to a 5-speed manual and luckily comes only as a 5-seater. But look at the price tag. It starts at only about 10.5 lakhs on road. The Clavis also gets a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated petrol engine, which is much more usable thanks to a much healthier power figure, but then again it only gets a manual transmission. Even when it comes to the turbo manuals, the Clavis offers a lot more power and torque, and it also gets a 6-speed clutchless manual gearbox option. The Aircross though, as you can see, doesn't get a 6-seater variant with captain seats at all. Moving on to turbo automatics, same engines as their manual counterparts, but the Clavis gets a 7-speed DCT, whereas the Aircross gets a 6-speed torque converter gearbox. Only the Clavis gets a diesel engine with either a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed torque converter, but it misses out on features such as a larger infotainment display, the Bose sound system and ventilated seats. I expect the prices of the Clavis to cost 1 to 1.5 lakhs more than the Carens' lineup, but despite that, this round goes to the Clavis. Now that we've been through all the categories and completed the technical comparison, the Kia Clavis is the technically superior product here and by a long shot. And thus it gets the higher CarStats on-road score. But And I know the prices aren't out yet, but the Aircross is going to be a considerably more affordable product. The Clavis is going to be a head turner and will help you blow up excessive wads of cash you may want to get rid of. It is going to be more stylish and fun to drive. Pair that with a diesel engine option and the fleet market, or those of you who use it on the highway extensively, will be happy too. What makes the Citroen work is its extremely plush ride, the magic carpet effect, and it is fairly practical too. Features wise, when you compare it to the Clavis, of course, it looks pretty shabby. It looks quite disappointing, but in isolation, I think it is a decent enough feature set for most of us. It is going to be a unique product on the road because of low sales numbers, but otherwise, the tough and outdoorsy look may appeal to a lot of us. But what would you do? Which one of these cars would you put your money on? Let me know in the comments below. I hope this video was useful and I hope you enjoyed this technical comparison. Please share and subscribe to the channel. It's going to take me a very long way, and I'll see you all next week.